It started as just another glamorous night in Hollywood, flashing lights, endless cameras, reporters shouting questions into the chaos of the red carpet. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson had not appeared together publicly in years, and yet there they were, walking side by side, smiling like no time had passed at all. The world had waited a long time to see them like this again. The event was supposed to be simple. The launch of a major new project rumored to reunite the 50 Shades duo after nearly a decade. But no one was prepared for what happened next. When Jamie and Dakota stepped onto the stage for their joint interview, the energy in the room shifted. You could feel it, the anticipation, the nostalgia, the electricity of two people who had shared something cinematic and possibly something real. The interviewer leaned forward, smiling. "It's been years since we've seen you two together. Tell us, what brings you back?" Dakota looked at Jamie, her eyes sparkling. "We've been working on something," she said teasingly. "Something we're really proud of." Jamie chuckled, his signature smirk flashing for a moment. "Yeah," he said, pausing just long enough for everyone to lean in. "We've got a little surprise for you all tonight, something special. Our baby." The room fell silent. For a full 3 seconds, nobody moved. Then the crowd erupted. Gasps, whispers, phones flying into the air as reporters scrambled to tweet, text, and film at the same time. "Our what?" The interviewer laughed nervously, glancing between them. "Did you just say your baby?" Jamie nodded, grinning. "Yeah, our baby. It's been a long time coming." Dakota laughed softly but didn't deny it. Instead, she added, "We've been keeping it a secret for months. We weren't sure when to share it, but tonight felt right." If there had been confusion before, now there was chaos. Flashbulbs exploded, producers waved frantically from the wings, and the internet, in real time, caught fire. Within minutes, hashtags like #JamieDakotaBaby, #Hollywood Bombshell, and #Dornan Johnson Reveal were trending worldwide. Fans watching the livestream flooded the comments. "OMG, did they just confirm they have a baby? Jamie Dakota, what are you doing to us? This is the reunion of the century." Even seasoned reporters were stunned. One journalist whispered into her microphone, "I've covered red carpets for 20 years. I've never seen a room lose its mind like this." Meanwhile, on stage, Jamie and Dakota stood calm, perhaps too calm. Jamie rested his hand lightly on Dakota's back, and she smiled at him in a way that made the crowd go wild again. "We've been through a lot together," he said. "And we wanted to share something meaningful, something we created with love." The interviewer tried to regain control. "Okay, now we need to know, what exactly do you mean by baby? Are you telling us you too?" But before she could finish, Jamie cut in with a laugh. "You'll find out soon enough." Dakota giggled, shaking her head. "You love teasing people, don't you?" "Only when it's worth it," he replied, eyes locked with hers. The clip went viral instantly. By the time the event ended, major outlets had already published breaking headlines. Hollywood explodes. Jamie Dornan Dakota Johnson drop baby bombshell. Jamie confirms, "Our baby, is it true?" Fans in meltdown. Within hours, Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit were ablaze with theories. Some insisted the two were announcing a real pregnancy, that Dakota was expecting and Jamie had let it slip by accident. Others argued it was code for a joint film project. A few even speculated they had adopted a child together in secret. One fan tweet summed it up perfectly. "They just dropped one sentence and broke the internet. This is chaos, glorious chaos." Inside sources from the event claimed that even the producers were blindsided. "That line wasn't scripted," one said. "Jamie just said it." You could see Dakota's eyes widen, but then she went along with it. That's when everyone lost it. By midnight, paparazzi were camped outside both of their homes. Entertainment news programs ran emergency live segments. E! News opened their late broadcast with the words, "Tonight, Hollywood is in shock after Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson's jaw-dropping confession. A baby bombshell that has everyone talking." Clips of their interaction looped endlessly. The playful glances, the smiles, the way Jamie's voice softened when he said, "Our baby." Fans dissected every frame, convinced that there was more behind the words. "It wasn't a joke," one commenter wrote under a viral post. "You could feel it. He meant it." Meanwhile, the stars themselves remained silent. No clarifications, no press statements. Just that one moment, replayed a million times, a mystery wrapped in laughter and emotion. By dawn, Hollywood wasn't just talking about them. It was obsessed. Because whether "our baby" meant a secret child, a project, or something far more personal, one truth was undeniable. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson had once again managed to turn the entire world upside down, without even trying. And everyone, everywhere, wanted the same thing. The truth behind the baby bombshell. The day after the red carpet explosion, Los Angeles was buzzing like a hive. Every entertainment outlet in town was in full panic mode, trying to confirm what "our baby" actually meant. The words had been spoken, the video had gone viral, but no one, not even their closest associates, seemed to know the truth. By morning, the tabloids were filled with wild speculation. "Secret love child?" screamed one headline. "Jamie Dakota's hidden family," claimed another. Paparazzi camped outside Dakota's house in Malibu, while helicopters hovered near Jamie's home in the Hollywood Hills. Every movement, every shadow behind a window became breaking news. Fans, however, were divided. Half the internet insisted the two had finally confessed to a long-hidden relationship. The other half believed "our baby" was a metaphor, a creative project born from their long, emotional partnership. One viral tweet read, "Knowing them, it's probably something deeper. They don't do surface level." By mid-afternoon, the mystery only deepened when Jamie posted a cryptic photo on Instagram. It showed nothing but two intertwined hands, one male, one female, with the caption, "Ours. Always was." Within minutes, it broke 1 million likes. Comments flooded in. "Just say it already, Jamie. Are you two having a baby or dropping an album? This is the best marketing stunt in history." But it wasn't marketing. Not exactly. Later that evening, Jamie and Dakota appeared together again, this time at a private press conference for their upcoming project. The room was small, the lighting intimate. Dozens of journalists sat on the edge of their seats, waiting for answers. Jamie began carefully. "I think we owe everyone a bit of clarity," he said, glancing at Dakota. She smiled faintly, as if to reassure him. "Yesterday, we said something that kind of took on a life of its own." The crowd chuckled nervously. Dakota leaned into her microphone. "We didn't mean to cause chaos. But maybe we didn't not mean it, either." Jamie laughed. "Yeah, I guess what we said came from a place of honesty. Just maybe not in the way people think." A journalist raised her hand immediately. "So, to be clear, is there a baby?" Dakota grinned. "Yes," she said softly. "But not the kind you think." The room erupted in confused laughter. Jamie stepped in. "When we said, 'our baby,' we were talking about something we've created together. Something we've poured ourselves into. A story we've held close for a long time." He paused, exchanging a look with Dakota. "It's a film we co-wrote and produced. Something that means more to us than words can explain." The audience murmured in understanding, some groaning in relief, others still half convinced there was more to the story. Dakota added, "We call it our baby because it really feels like one. It's something we've been building quietly, away from the noise. And now, it's finally ready to meet the world." That revelation shifted everything. The tension in the room melted into admiration. Reporters began clapping. Fans watching the livestream flooded social media with tears and heart emojis. The film, still untitled at the time, became the most anticipated release in years. But as the press conference went on, something deeper surfaced. When a reporter asked why they'd chosen that particular word, "baby," Jamie smiled softly. "Because it's personal," he said. "It's not just a film. It's a piece of our history together. Every frame, every line, it's us." Dakota looked at him then, and for a moment, the professional mask slipped. There it was again, that spark, that silent understanding between them that fans had felt since 50 Shades. "We grew up together through all of this," she said quietly. "We've shared something rare, something that still connects us. That's what this film represents, the bond we can't really explain." The clip spread just as fast as the original, Baby Bombshell. But this time, the tone was different. The chaos had softened into awe. Fans weren't just gossiping anymore, they were moved. "Maybe their love isn't romantic," one post read. "Maybe it's something deeper. Like a soul connection that created art instead of a child." 2 days later, the trailer dropped. It opened with a simple title card, Our Baby, a film by Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson. The footage was breathtaking. 2 lovers separated by time, finding each other again through letters, memories, and moments that felt hauntingly familiar to their real lives. The chemistry between them was undeniable. The internet once again imploded, not with shock this time, but emotion. At the end of the trailer, a line from the film appeared on screen. "Some things you don't need to name to know they're real." When asked later about that line, Jamie smiled knowingly. "That's the truth of it, isn't it? You can call it a movie, a friendship, a legacy, but at the end of the day, it's just ours." Dakota added softly, "And maybe that's all it ever needed to be." The press called it the most genius PR twist of the decade. But fans knew better. They'd seen the way Jamie looked at her, the way Dakota smiled when she said, "Our baby." And as Hollywood buzzed, one thing was clear: the bombshell hadn't been a lie. It had just been love, wrapped in mystery, reborn as art. Jamie and Dakota didn't need to explain further. The world already understood.